And hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Play. This is Myrokos, and today we will be we will be uh, continuing the MSQ, but first we have another seasonal event. This time it's the Rising. Sorry, I've been away and kind of off schedule, I guess. Normally I try to do these on Tuesdays when they're live. I don't know why it worked out that way, it just did. But I've been dealing with a little bit of an earache of sorts, which has been causing problems, and I've been working on getting that sorted. Again, I apologize for any interruption in the schedule, but I wanted to get back in, and we have a new seasonal event, which started this week, so I figured let's get in and give it a try. So this is a bit of a hybridization. Normally I do these seasonal events as a separate stream, but not feeling particularly well, I wanted to compress these two together, and we'll see how far we can get. If you like what you see at any point, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells. It's a small thing from each of you, but it helps the channels out tremendously. Thank you in advance. And with that, let's get started. Let's talk to the Wandering Minstrel. Rising to the call, the Wandering Minstrel seeks an adventurer both willing and able to help put the finishing touches to this year's Rising celebrations. This quest is available for a limited time only. Of all the coincidences, you will hardly believe it, but I was just this very moment reminiscing of the time you lent me your strength at 12-month past. You see, I again find myself in pressing need of an adventurer's aid, just as I did last Rising. Oh, if only Myrokos were here, I thought to myself, and here you are. Well then, what do you say? Shall we clasp arms once more? Sure. My thanks. The matter is this. I've been approached by a lady named Ayoyo, who wishes to imprint her own inimitable mark upon the skies above Limsa Laminsa. I speak, of course, of the fireworks that illumine these rising nights. Learning of my contribution to previous year's festivities, she has enlisted me to her cause. We already have the ear of the organizing committee. However, Lady Ayoyo has expressed a strong desire to consult with a storied adventurer before finalizing her proposal. I wonder who that could be. Come to the Yellow Jackets guardhouse at the base of the Coral Tower, and I will introduce you. I know I've been feeling also very negative about the MSQ lately, but it's more frustration with too much Wuklamot, and not enough of the other characters, and striking that balance is going to be difficult, but when they could have paired us with literally anyone as they had done in the past, they just seem to be dumping Wuklamot on us like I'm the babysitter. I think this expansion, that dirigible scene, just to add a little bit of commentary on it, that dirigible scene going to Yaktel, where she literally got watery-eyed and was like, will you please hold my hand? Like, that might just be the new infuriating moment to replace the manservant introduction to my own guildmaster that Alphino gave me in 2.0. I still haven't forgiven Alphino for that, and I doubt I'll ever forgive Wuklamot for being such an overgrown baby. Especially since in 6.55, she was introduced as she came off to me as a 30-something, like a fully grown adult. And of course, we've since found out that she's 19, which kind of explains some of the immaturity, but that doesn't explain the connection. In any event, let's get back to this. And here's a yo-yo. Lady yo-yo, of course. Lady yo-yo, one-storied adventure as promised. Oh, she's got the carbuncle earring. Blessings of the 12 be upon 12 upon ye. Name's a yo-yo, cannoneer first class with the yellow jackets. It's an honor to have you on board. You can tell I did not do the so the Mensa start. I do not entirely up on pirate talk. Pirate talk. Did I mention that it is the Yellow Jackets who are in charge of this year's festivities? No, you did not. Not only in decorating these fierce elements and streets, but in designing and constructing the fireworks that brighten the skies above them. The yo-yo here is quite the savant in all matters incendiary and explosive, and so it has fallen to her to formulate a plan for the display's crowning glory. Really? Me and the other lads and lasses of the Cannoneers whipped up a load of lovely little drakes, snakes, and devils for the Moonfire Fair, but more of the same ain't going to cut it for the Rising. Because it's all about remembering those we lost in the Calamity, ain't it? Them and theirs deserve something a mite specialer than a bunch of old bangs. An admirable sentiment, I am sure. It would not do for our ode to such poignant memories to be aught less than memorable. Let us make this year's Rising one that the citizens of this fair realm will not soon forget. Took the words right out of me mouth, dearie. Thing is, having hardly set foot out of Limsa in all me days, I don't reckon I'm best placed to know what's going through the minds of the citizens of this fair realm. And so you would pick an adventurer's brains, one who has journeyed far and wide across the land we love, and knows it and its people intimately. Yet before we call upon your particular wisdom, mayhap it would behoove us to seek out a wider range of options. Many and more look to the skies come rising night, and the thoughts that run through their minds are no doubt as diverse. Let us learn them. Sounds like a plan. Mind if I join you, dearie? Could do with learning some of these thoughts myself. Right then. Where's best to start asking around? Someplace a lot of outsiders gather, I reckon. How about we meet at the Aetheryte Plaza down in the lower decks? While you two are so engaged, allow me to continue our discussions with the organizing committee. I shall await you by the aft castle. Of course it's raining. And so it goes. Ooh. Wait, I think this is one of the rewards that you have to pick up. I do not believe I have housing of any sort. I could go to the guild house and get a room if I wanted. That would certainly help with inventory space. You see the lights down Hawker's Alley, dearie. Decorations for the festival they are. Every year when the streets are all decked out for the rising, me heart fills with, well, all kinds of feelings. Sorrow, pride, regret. But enough about me. We came here to find out how the other folks feel about it. Let's split up, head down the alley, and ask a few likely-looking customers each. We're on a schedule here, so don't go asking every single soul you see. 4 or 5 should do ya. I'll meet you down by the ferry docks when you're done. Okay. Welcome, welcome. What may interest you in this fine day? Even though it's a wet day. Ah, information, is it? Well, if you really must know, the whizzing and banging that fills the air this season always takes me back to the time just before the calamity struck. A great festival was held to celebrate the reformation of the grand companies. People in the streets were hooting and hollering and setting off fire spouts, and all the ships in the bay, now bedecked in maelstrom colors, let loose their cannons. It seems so foolish now, knowing what was soon to befall us, but all that noise served a purpose nonetheless, drowning out the fear that ever whispered in our ears. It is my firm belief that the rising fireworks serve the same purpose. Even now, they present a vision of loveliness and togetherness, that we might forget our fears and be given hope for a brighter future. That's an interesting sentiment. Sadly, if he has any flavor text, I can't get it, because I think he's still got the class there. Middle-aged mariner. The streets are full of life, and the sky full of fire, and the westerly winds filling our seafarers' sails as it does our hearts. I could have picked a better time to come home. Couldn't have picked a better time to come home. You're a sailor too, are you? Nope, an adventurer. Helping with the fireworks, you say? Good on you, lad. I have a few memories of back then, if you've been here to hear them. Sure. I'm a merchant seaman, you see. Always sailing hither and thither across the waves. Was just back from a trip to Rods at Han. Wait a minute. He's the merchant that, if you do the, Arcasadara Beast Tribe quest, for handing out, you pay a fisherman's coin sack and they give you another sack to hand to a Lemenson merchant. This is the guy. Oh, that I like that. I'm surprised there's no dialogue. Hey, have we met? if we've done that, but okay. So it's a nice little touch. I like that. It was when the calamity struck. Ooh, okay. Everyone was looking up at the sky and that loathsome lantern that hung low in it. Like most folk, I don't remember much of what happened in the days before or after it fell, but I'll never forget those faces. So it's officially canon that everyone still kind of has amnesia about that time. Okay. That's a plot point that seemed to just kind of be dropped by 2.0. There was a hint of an amnesia plot line, and sadly the one person that we heard it from, who was one of the background characters of in the Scions, goodness me, I'm spacing the name, let me know in the comments, the Hure lady in purple, who was a mage, who said she was a part of the Path of the 12 originally, before getting on as a Scion. That one. She was the one, most of all, who seemed to be hinting the amnesia thing the most. Like most folk, I don't remember much of what happened the days before or after it fell, but I'll never forget those faces. And that's what I love so much about the fireworks. You see the same faces looking up, but this time with a smile. Reminds me not only of the bad times, but how we got over them. Right? Oh, we can have additional dialogue. Of course, half of the folks who were watching Dalamud back then ain't with us no more. But they'll be watching the fireworks too, and I reckon they'll bring the same smile to their faces as they do ours. Huh. That's a nice sentiment. Ah, there's someone else over here. Can you see them too, my love? Yeah, pardon me, but I wanted your thoughts on the fireworks. You're involved with fireworks and want to know what I think of them? Well, just now I was wondering if they can be seen from far out in the offing, do you know? No, I don't. I see. The reason I ask is that my husband is out there now. He meant to be back by rising night, but it seems the tide didn't turn in his favor. Well, that's unfortunate. He was so looking forward to the fireworks. I do hope that he can see them from where he is, that we can share them together no matter how far apart we might be. Oh, that's a nice sentiment. That is my only request to you, that you make the finale as bright and boisterous as you can, that all those who cannot be together this rising might still share in its message. There are many like me who cannot be with their loved ones this rising, whether by chance or by tragedy. It is the fireworks that bring them together, so the louder and brighter they are, the better. Oh, the Donjbi. She's in case you forgot, this is the waitress who we talked to, if memory serves, in the Drowning Wench as part of the Rogue quest line and Ninja quest line. The weak ale lady, I believe. Alright there, anything I can do for you? Got a weak ale. You're asking for people's thoughts on the rising fireworks? Would have thought a great hero like you would have better things to do with your time. Technically, I do. I do have MSQ, but this is going on and I could use a diversion. But I suppose that's what makes you a hero, eh? True enough. Helping people out whichever way you can. It's a sad state of affairs when I'd literally be doing anything else other than MSQ. Damn shame. Well, I'm like most people, I suppose. I think of those I lost. My parents most of all. I wonder if they're watching too. I'm up from the bottom of the ethereal sea to see what all the crashing and banging's about. It's complicated, I suppose. I feel sad they're gone, but I'm happy. But happy I'm not. And grateful to Dadaron saving me and so many others. Oh. If they are watching, I hope they can see me too, see that I'm doing alright for myself, that they might sleep soundly for another 12 months. I didn't learn this till long after he'd taken me in, but after the calamity, Badaron banded together some old allies from his mercenary days and a few willing adventurers. They'd go around seeking out people like me who'd lost everything and try to put them back on their feet. That sounds like the origins of the Adventurers Guild. Huh. I just made his job easier, drinking myself stupid and puking my guts out in his gutter. Maybe I should get him a little something by way of thanks. Huh. That's a nice sentiment. Okay, well, as usual, we're here first. Sorry to keep you waiting, dearie. So what did you find out? Same here. Was half expecting them to just be looking at the pretty lights, but it seems the feelings went a lot deeper than that. The memories of the Canaries still sit heavy on their hearts, but the rising fireworks go some way to lifting that weight. So, any ideas for the grand display? What kind of thing do you reckon uh, help lift those spirits the most? Something grand and flashy, something that reminds people of the past, something that gives hope for the future. Let's go with something grand and flashy. That'd do the job, alright. Ain't a Levinson among us who ain't got a drop of pirate blood in her veins. Lighten up the skies with buccaneering abandon would be just the way to put our stamp on this year's festival. The Rising ain't just about mourning those we lost, after all. It's about remembering the struggles of those who survived to steer us to a brighter future. Aye, that's it. That's what Limson needs this Rising. The wolf's den. Ships, cannons, a departure salute, not just for the fallen, but for those setting sail for unknown shores, a vision of the past and of the future. I'm kind of curious about the Naoki Yoshida talk, because there's always a little discussion with Naoki Yoshida in this. There's usually some sort of a hint as to the next expansion. I'm curious about what there is. I know I'm not done with MSQ here, but I'm curious nonetheless. An old bleeding armada, filling Galadian Bay, lighting up the very heavens. Who wouldn't want to watch that? That's settled then. Ah, the minstrel's going to love it, he said. You'd be up by the aft castle, right? I'll see you there. Aft castle, right. Let's see now. 1,500 weight of fire sand at 500 gallons from shore. Reckon we're going to need more ships. Our intrepid adventurer returns and positively bursting with inspiration, I take it. I see. A traditional seafaring salute, not only to the memories of the fallen, but to the future fortune of those who follow in their wake. A most fitting proposal, I am sure. Thanks to both of you, but our work ain't done yet. There's a lot still needs sorting out before we can put this idea to action. So much to do, so little time. If you wouldn't mind helping us a little longer, dearie, I'd be forever in your debt. Let me know when you've got your loins good and girded. The display of such grandeur is not merely a matter of crafting the fireworks proper. We shall require the cooperation of a great many people, several of whom may be less than disposed to offer it. True enough. We who are about to set sail, salute you. Ayoyo, for your continued assistance in seeing her plan for the rising fireworks realized. Ayoyo asks for your continued assistance. Okay. And we get, brush up pile. Nice menu. Quest is available for a limited time. Right then, let's get started, shall we, dearie? The plan is we're going to line up an old fleet of ships across the bay and have them fire a broadside into the sky. But before we can go about finding our fleet, we need to get the plan approved by the organizing committee, and that means convincing Commodore Rain. I'll take the lead, but I ain't exactly got the silverest ton, nor much experience nobbling with the higher-ups. If you two see me struggling, put in a word, won't you? Of course, my lady. Your cause is ours. Thank you, me dears. Together, then, to the Coral Tower. Let's see, is there a vendor? Let's see, there's the attendant who can explain. Yes. There is a vendor, and let's get 3 for good measure, Felicitous 3, and of course there's Potpourri as well. I really need to get some sort of housing thing, if only to ease up my my inventory. I don't necessarily want a full house, but I do need something to help ease up my inventory situation. Commodore Rainer worked his way up the ranks, all the way from rock bottom to the tippity top. He knows the workings of the thalassocracy in and out. So any flaws in our proposal, and you'll see straight through. Last I had the privilege of meeting with the Commodore was around the time of the calamity. Wow, that was a while ago for him. I had been arrested for conspiracy to incite rebellion. Naturally, it was all a misunderstanding. Ooh. Lucky you that it was a misunderstanding. Some other scurrilous soul had been singing songs of sedition. If not for Rainer and his relentless pursuit of the truth, I might still be lingering in the brig. He is a shrewd investigator who will brook no equivocation. Shall we then? Wanting to make the Rising East display special, I can fathom. But the sheer scale of this proposal is beyond anything I imagine. Need I remind you that the first duty of the Yellow Jackets is the keeping of the peace? Filling the bay with ships will not only disturb the daily workings of the harbor, but is sure to foment agitation among the colonists. Knowing this, do you still mean to persevere with this outlandish plan? I do, Commander. Every Lamenson's heart, every Eorzean heart, still bears the scars of the calamity. All that loss, that hardship, that struggle, it cut deep. But the Rising ain't about looking to the past, it's about looking to the future too. And if it's our duty to watch over folk, keep them on the straight and narrow I reckon it's our duty to see them off on another year's journey. Well put. I accept that your intentions are pure, but what if the logistics? I trust you have a plan as to who exactly will be providing and paying for this fleet of yours. Yes, Commander, we're going to petition the Maelstrom for the flagship and the rest from the Black Sails. Wait, those are the pirate companies, aren't they? Of course. One is wont to forget that those buccaneering souls remain bound to serve the Maelstrom in times of necessity. Lady Ayoyo would have us parley with the 3 great pirate captains, it is them, and remind them of their civic duty, it seems. Aye, that's right, the pirates answered the Admiral's call back when the moon was fallen, fought and died at Cartano, same as the rest of us. When they hear about our plan to salute all those who fell and those who didn't, I don't doubt they'll answer the call again. I wish you all the luck in the world. In recruiting those rogues to your cause, you shall need it. Very well then, allow me to arrange the parley. Should you succeed in this feat, you may consider all the remaining doubts answered. I bid you remember that you go to speak with pirates, lawless murderers all. Pray that you do not say aught to offend them, lest we find ourselves with a mutiny on our hands. So you gotta be careful about what we say. I shall have the Maelstrom summon the leaders of the 3 factions to the anchor yard. Pray go there and meet your and complete your preparations. You can tell I'm kind of tired. We are to parley with pirates. Truly, life is but a succession of unexpected events. Cheers for sticking with me, lads. I hope I can count on your support in the next set of negotiations and all. Of course, my lady. Alas, I fear the captains. Those far-famed scourges of the seas will prove rather less than biddable partners than Commodore Raynor did. While Roswin of the Sanguine Sirens may be swayed by emotion, Carvalane of the Kraken's arms is of a much more mercenary mind. The executioners, meanwhile, value honor and glory above all else. If there is aught that unites them, it is a zealous spirit. Let us argue with passion that we might inflame theirs. If it's passion you're after, you've got that in bleeding bucket loads. But I might need you two to jump in again in case me tongue decides to tie itself in an itch. Yeah. Just say the first thing that comes to your heads and I'll pick up after. The first thing that comes to my head, huh? My head, huh? Okay. Come on then, duties. Let's head over to the anchor yard and get this parley started. You know, before I go, I wonder if Raynor has any more words. Since we spoke with him. Or if it's just generic dialogue. The Rising is a time for remembrance, a time for us all to reflect on what we lost and what we gained when Dalamud fell. It gladdens me that my young officers should not forget the pirates' sacrifice. Huh. That is a good sentiment. And likely what she's counting on. That will never stop being haunting. But the question now is, with Eidolon gone, is that what is causing that echo? Granted, it's only locally. Maybe somebody's got an orchestrating squirrel and they're playing it hidden. Orchestrating's hidden somewhere and it's just playing that over and over again. Ooh. The standard fireworks. Thanks for coming. The reason we asked you here is, aye, the Maelstrom's summons laid it out for us loud and clear. You want us to help you with the rise in fireworks? And the answer's no. When my sirens fire a broadside, it's to send our enemies to the bottom of the briny, not to paint pretty pictures in the sky for drylanders to gawp at. We've better things to be doing with our time. Yeah, but what? I mean, you're not... With the Garland Empire gone, you don't have any ships to pilfer. But you do have your humanitarian names, but it's like, which are all on dry land, not on the ocean. It is a rare occurrence to be sure, but I find that my opinion aligns with Rosalind's. Our time is precious as... Ooh, oh wow, they're both in agreement. That is, indeed a very rare occurrence. Okay, our time is precious, as I'm sure is yours. Let us hasten to draw these discussions to a close. I shall put it bluntly. I see no profit in this endeavor for myself and my men, so unless there is anything else... No profit? How sad the great Carveling should lose his nose for coin. You would put the Admiral and the Yellow Jackets in your debt? Why, it is the perfect opportunity to forge a deeper bond with Roswell. Oh! I'm gonna lean on that, because that's fun. If you should require my men and I to shackle ourselves to the sirens, we should require an even greater recompense. The sheer scale of the spectacle we propose would no doubt draw all the lords and ladies of the realm together in the city, personages of high renown and deep pockets. That makes a little more sense for the coin option. And if they saw you lot working and hand in hand with the Maelstrom, it'd do wonders for your public image. Folks who normally wouldn't touch a pirate with a barge pulled be queuing up to do business with you. True enough. I do believe you have a point. Poorly phrased though it might be, to win legitimate business, one must project the image of a legitimate businessman. And since you don't have Galilean ships to pilfer, you have to look elsewhere. And piracy is still officially outlawed. Yeah, where are you gonna get your spice otherwise, Carveling? Sod your image, and sod anyone who's too lily-livered to trade with us. They can stick their barge poles up their backsides. What's in it for the sirens? If you want, consider them customers, consider them quarry. don't want to bring joy to the masses. Carveline's in, don't you want to be together? I'm gonna go with that one because it's just too fun. Carveline's totally oblivious, but Roslyn... What? What? What are you trying to imply? I'd rather cut me arse off with a rusty cutlass than have to spend another minute in that green and peasant company. Me and my girls are proper pirates. The Sanguine Sirens ain't all about the pirating life, though, are you? You run almshouses for the second injured and those with child, keep themselves busy with odd jobs, such as come their way. They are more philanthropic than just being pirates. Them's your hunters and the folk who are drawn to the city to see the grand display. Your quarry. I see what where you're going with this. Get the girls to set up stalls selling food and grog and the like, and they'd make a killing, providing they had the right permits from the Yellow Jackets. Which presumably would be supplied with this agreement. You're a shrewd one, you. Maybe I could lend him and myself. They do say the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Yep. She loves him. What of the end? He's totally oblivious as usual. What of the executioners? There was no dishonor in linking arms with Admiral Norwood in the Maelstrom, surely? You, Yellow Jacket. I want you to tell me one thing and tell it true. This is Limsa the Mensa, the greatest port in all the realm. You could find this fleet of yours without our help, yet you've come here begging for it. Why? That's a good question. Because I reckon you're the ones who need the Ryzen most. Black sails, and they came together because at Cartano, you could have upped anchor and sailed off into the sunset, but no, you fought like demons on the those cursed flats, made heroes of yourselves, and martyrs. The way I see it, it's only right that those that lost the most when they stood to gain the least should be the ones to fire the salute to the departed. And a salute to the departing, too. The calamity changed the lives of you pirates more than anyone. If anyone should be celebrating new beginnings, it's those whose new beginnings have already begun. So it's all for our own good, is it? Yep. I'm heading back to the Astalucia. Send word when you've hammered out the details of this display of yours. We'll see what we can do. Aye, aye, Captain. But he's not the captain. I can't rightly say no to you now, can I? We lost a lot of good people back in Cartano. Let's send them all off with a bloody great bang. I will join you, on one condition, that in your reminiscence of trauma past, you do not make a shameful spectacle of yourself. Pray do not force me to restrain you. Again. But what if she wants it? Or if she wants it? I never forced you to do nothing. You'll keep your hands off me if you want to keep them. You randy bastard. I could swear I heard a little Ishgardianism in his voice. Quite the fragile flower, isn't she? Well then, I bid you adieu. My ships will not ready themselves. My hearty congratulations to both of you. It was an honor to play a supporting part, but it was your passion for the Rising that swayed. And breathe. Gods, I was so nervous I could hardly speak. Thanks so much for chipping in when you did. Could have never got him to our side without you. Right then, time to put the finishing touches on this plan of mine. It's going to be wonderful. I just know it. Oh, and about your reward, I've given it to the minstrel. You can grab it from him to new beginnings, lad. And may the navigator's breath ever fill your sail. Yeah, but the navigator and all the other gods are gone. But they don't know that. But I do, so it's kind of, it's well wishes now. Okay. Oh, that was a nice one, the meteor finish. And it's coming up on dawn. You did great service, my friend, for both Lady Yo-Yo and for those who love the Rising, myself included. For that, I shall be ever grateful. I expect it shall be still some hours before preparations for the grand finale are complete. Mayhap we could wait together. Sure. The next day. Considering, yeah, it was dawn, well, not nearly dawn, coming up on dawn. So, full extra day. Has gone by. While we wait, would you care to hear a verse that has lately come to me? It is a song of celebration, of encouragement for all those who sail to unknown shores. Pray lend me your ears. There we go. Is that water? Back on the boat. Just like the start of Dawn Trail. But where are we headed now? Oh, the moon. Oh, that's a good call back to greetings, warrior of light. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. Yep, it's him. Ooh, Eastern robe. Eastern robe. Ingashi, Doma, are we going back to Othard next? It is a pleasure to meet you again, as I have in the past. I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. The road we have walked has been long and winding, full of perils and pitfalls, but we have enjoyed every step of your company. We hope that you feel the same about this last great leap. With every adventure we undertake, the longer the legacy we leave behind us. Yet a lengthy history need not mean a foreshortened future. Many adventures yet await. We shall continue to chart a course into the great unknown, one that takes in all the diverse wonders this wide world has to offer, that your legacy might grow ever greater. Yeah, that's a tree motif. So could we be going to Hingashi? More Othard? More of Othard than we had seen. There's Blind Frost, there's the northwestern tip near the eastern part of the Izum Steppe that we haven't been to. I don't know if we went to Nagsha. I know I unlocked Bozia, which is over towards Dalmasca, and that part is actually sandwiched between Corvos and Dalmasca. Yeah, to be certain, it would be it'd be a less trying task to sleepwalk ever onward down the same well-furrowed path, yet to venture down paths untrodden, believing in the bright and glorious future that lies beyond them is by far the more rewarding. True enough. This is the gift we wish to deliver unto you, the gift of adventure. A well-meaning gift. Would that Dawn Trail reflecting on Dawn Trail. Not much of a summer vacation it's been, and not much of an adventure, to be sure. And we pray with all our hearts that you will continue to walk with us. We thank you for joining us on this journey, heretofore and here. I am curious to see what's coming, both in MSQ and after. I mean, I haven't seen Solution 9 yet. Hopefully that helps me, helps me get a better perspective. Now the time has come for this vision to end, time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. One cannot know what fills the hearts and minds of those who look to the sky this rising night. Perhaps you and I will see different images in those explosions of light and color. The one thing I know for certain, that right here, right now, we look to the same sky. And though the paths that lay ahead of us may lead in very different directions, sometime, someplace, they shall cross again. I like that blue robe. I'd like it, personally. As glam. Damn, the visuals are so good. Tis almost time for the display to begin, the consummation not only of our labors, but of the thoughts and prayers of the people of this fair city. A salute for the departed and for those who set sail to unknown waters. Many adventures yet await you, my friend. May the navigator's breath ever fill your sails. From eastern sea to eastern sky. The sacred sun ascends, and voices stir of winds, of waves, of ropes and sails of friends who like the golden light of dawn and that streams across the sea. Set sunlit, sail for foreign lands, may fortune follow thee. Her journey done, so sinks the sun below the western waves, and memories stir of friends of yore asleep in watery graves. Let not our voices raised in song disturb your endless sleep, but join us in our chorus, and you dream among the deep. I think that was the guild master of the Armorers Guild. There, the Mikote woman. An excerpt from an ancient mariner's song, a prayer for safe return of those who sail over the far horizon, and for the peace of those who sleep beneath those same eternal waves. It continues with the wish that the voices of those whose spirits are stirred in anticipation of new adventure reach the ears of those whose adventures ended too soon, that they might be united as one, a fitting sentiment for the rising. And so I offer you my own heartfelt wish, that even should your adventures carry you beyond the far-flung horizon of this wide world, we should meet once more in a 12 months' time and look upon the same sky together. You never know. That was a good finish. Let me get the minion! You've unlocked the toy chest. I had already unlocked the toy chest previously. Additionally, certain notable personages may have been seen to frequent the anchor yard, thus rising. Do the same, and you may be greeted with an unexpected encounter. Huh. Huh. That's curious. Many more have come from far afield to enjoy the festive atmosphere of Limsa this rising. Now that your work is done, be sure to bask in it for yourself. So if we stay here nearly an hour, and I do want to get on with MSQ. A soft westerly wind blows. Let's do one of these, and let's see who we get. Stay a while and enjoy the breeze and the rain, since it's raining again. You hear footsteps approaching. You turn and see the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, the head chef of the Bismarck, the Admiral herself, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. Wait, that's Sikod. And exploring his baby Oppo Oppo. Derek. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Admiral. Because you can never get enough Myrokos. Myrokos. This is a coincidence. Rainer was just telling me of the role you played in putting the display together. I'm sure all those who gathered in my city to witness it were as moved as I. A salute to those who set sail for new adventures. It shall surely resound in their hearts and give them strength and courage in the year to come. And a salute to the fallen too, was it not? Many and more lost their lives on the fields of Cartano. The men and women of the Black Sails, chief among them, I thank you for giving those who survived this chance to put their grief to more productive ends. I thank you for giving the celebrations an unmistakable touch of salt too. This year's rising was not merely in Limsa, but of her. I look forward to seeing how future host cities follow her example. Oh, are they going to be moving to another city? Because it had been the last few times before this one entirely in Ul'dah. It's nice that they're branching out. It's like, could the next logical one, if they're going through the Realm Reborn cities, would be Redania. Not certain how the elementals would, or the Great One would take to it, but that could be interesting. And then there's Ishgard as well, that could probably benefit from hosting it. Alamigo, well, I think we'd need a little more work on Alamigo in terms of integrating her back into the Alliance. Yeah, she's Alamigo is a member, but they're still reconstructing, I think. Where they were left kind of frozen in time at the end of Stormblood patch content, where they're a member, but they're still kind of rebuilding. Although I did do the healer role quest for Endwalker, so that they're working on it, and Onward's becoming a leader. So there is at least some progress, but yeah. Yeah, I wonder where it's going to go next year. I look forward to thinking, future host cities follow our example. But for now, let us focus on the present. I'm sure I have kept you from your business for far too long already, and I must return to mine. I must offer my prayer to Limlane and be on my way. Are you well, Myrokos? I wish you safe voyages for the year to come. May the navigator's breath ever fill your sails. I'm glad I stayed for that. That was a good one. Now, let me know if you want me to come back and see the rest of those. I may do that later. But for now, let's see, for now I need to get back to MSQ, so let's get back to MSQ. And I know my glam is kind of wrecked by the shoes. I know I can hide my helmet, but oh, blue quests. Okay. Let's do the stressed testing. Dorian's uncertainty is palpable. Ooh, I like that coat. The yellow shirt, that's distinctive. Pardon me, adventurer, but might I trouble you to lend me your aid? I've found myself in a rather troublesome predicament. Earlier today, we were sent a soldier and asked to test out its improved combat functionality. I asked a hunter to take it out on patrol, but not long afterwards, I lost contact with them completely. I know the signal is weak out there, but I can't help but worry something might have gone terribly wrong. From the look of you, you can handle your fair share of danger. Yes, could you go to the Thunder Yards and see if you can find them for me? So this is the combat one, and let's see. Yep. Nakente. Auntie knows best. Nakente is fretting over her young charge, as she is wont to do. Oh, Shallow, what am I going to do with you? I keep telling you to take a hunter with you when you leave town. Oh, she looks a lot like Namika, just a lot younger. Well, if it isn't Her Majesty's guest, did you enjoy your tour of Yuyupe's Halo? I was told you even helped set the water distribution system to rights. Yeah? You know, I could really use someone with your talents right about now. The woman in charge of that very farm just left the wilderness without a bodyguard. Oh dear. Seems to me she's investigating something, but that's no reason to put herself in danger. Last I heard, she was seen walking up the hill to the east of the farm. Could you go and make sure she's alright? Oh, what a relief. You're looking for a young Shatona by the name of Shaloki. Shaloki, yeah. Now off you go, and thank you, dear. Shaloki was last seen walking up the hill to the east of the farm. I don't care what the problem is, it's no excuse to be throwing caution to the wind. Fair enough. What about Dorian, was his name? The scientist? Yeah. There he is, Dorian. I like that scientist coat. I do have the the wake doctor's coat, which works, but I must say I like the look of this one a little bit better. Last I heard, the hunter was headed to the Thunder Yards. I pray you can find them. Both in the same area. Probably combat quests. Well, the good news is, since I'm already heading that way, I can at least, I have to go back that way to do MSQ, so I can do these blue quests on the way. You saved my life. For a moment there, I thought I'd have to use my regulator. Now I somehow doubt an adventurer like you just so happened to be passing through. That researcher sent you to find me, didn't he? I'd better head back and explain what happened. You may as well come and join me. I'm sure he'll want to know you're safe. Yeah, after I go save someone else from themselves. I must say, compared to the first half of MSQ, I like this music a lot better. Oh boy. Is that a hunt mark? That looks like a hunt mark. Whoa. Nothing even organic. the thing I just killed. Ah, gods be good. That was the last of my soul cells. I could have really died there. Thanks for your help, by the way. So, what brings you out here to the middle of nowhere? Auntie Nakente was, and Nakente sent you after me? That makes two people who just saved my life, then. Would you mind coming with me to see her? I want her to know I'm safe and grateful. Besides, is this an escort quest? Please don't let this be an escort quest. Okay, good. Well, since I'm already here, I can turn those in later. Since I'm already over here, I might as well go in and pick up the next MSQ. I know it's a little bit of a roundabout thing, but it makes going in that direction a lot easier. Oh, is that? Okay, I already spoke with everyone here, so solution 9. Wuklamad is eager to head to Everkeep. Right. Kakiwa is waiting. Let us head to the tower. By the way, you want to watch yourselves around the mechanical soldiers swarming outside. They're malfunctioning and may attack unprovoked. They say the sky outside the barrier is truly beautiful. I'd love to see it one day. My sister is something of an introvert, so I take it on myself to watch over her. By that same token, though, she's extremely cautious and observant. That makes her great at reconnaissance. Okay. I missed. I was there at the fate, and then I missed it. Oh, no, I was in 1. Then somehow I got dumped in 3? That's weird. I'll turn in the ether current blue quests. The hunter told me everything from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for taking such swift action. These soldiers require energy gathered from lightning, and yet lightning also proves to be their weakness. Apparently, it took a nasty jolt from the thunder yards and went berserk. Honestly, why are they tinkering with those offensive output when they could be correcting this glaring flaw in the design? Rest assured, the engineer in charge will hear all about this in my report. Sorry for the trouble. I hope this small token will suffice as compensation. But okay, I'm sorry. Oh dear. Welcome back, dear. I can't thank you enough for rescuing this poor, reckless fool of a girl. You're not a child anymore, Shallow. At your age, now, what do you say to the kind stranger who saved your life? I know I've already told you this once before, but thank you truly. I am Shaloki, and I'm in charge of Yuyupe's here. To tell the truth, I'm still learning how everything works. I used to be an electric engineer, but for some reason the government reassigned. And I'm Nakente, the farm's coin keeper or resident nag, depending on who you ask. Might we get your name, hero? Myrokos, yeah? Myrokos. Rolling right off the tongue, doesn't it? That's a name you'd best not forget, Shallow. You'd be dead were it not for him. Now, why in the world would you leave the safety of the outskirts all by yourself? You've been acting so strange of late. It's clear you're hiding something, so what is it? There really is no getting anything past you, is there? Fine, I'll explain. But you have to promise to keep it a secret for now, alright? The truth is, I noticed that the farm's harvests have been shrinking year over year, and I can't for the life of me figure out why. The staff are all doing great work, and as a former engineer, I can say for certain that the equipment is all in proper working order. I even checked the pylons, and the readout was totally normal. But I know there's a problem, and the longer we wait, the worse it will get. In a few years, the crops may stop growing entirely. Something has to be done. Could this be either the crafting or the gathering questline hub? Stars? Well, it sounds serious, and I appreciate that you're taking the initiative to solve it, but I worry about you, Shallow. I can't have you putting your life in danger. Myrokos, would you be willing to help her look into the matter? As an outsider, your idea of normal is sure to be different from ours. I reckon a fresh set of eyes will be able to spot something we can't. She's right. I could certainly use an unbiased perspective. Would you please help me, Myrokos? Right then. With that settled, I think what you two need now is a good meal. Have a seat, and your Auntie Nakente will fix you some fresh veggies. Oh, I'm getting the meal. I'm getting mesquite juice. Juice of mesquite beans blended with local fruits and a health drink that tastes great. Huh. Enjoyed the meal? It's traditional Tanawautan cooking. If you can help Shallow figure out what's ailing the farm, Rest assured there's more where that came from. Huh. Well, unfortunately, I am kind of overdue for frogging MSQ, so let's get that shown the road. Let me know if you want me to pick up that yellow quest line. It does look interesting, but I have MSQ to frog. Defective turret. Uh-oh. Yep. Okay. Dr. Tequila? Who is, again, very clearly dead. No getting past that. Ah, there you are. If Queen Sphene has registered you as guests, you should be able to march right in. And if she hasn't, then you may have a swarm of Zeralja's minions to deal. Nothing for it but to see if Sphene has betrayed us, eh? Thank you for your diligent service, friends. My companions and I would like to pass if you would be so kind. Outrunner Guide Unit identified. Registration number verified. 6 accompanying civilians identified. Verifying credentials. Credentials verified. Welcome, guests of Queen Sphene. Huh. Wonder what would have happened if I spoke with the guard first. Probably was said you are not recognized or something like that. What a relief. There you have it. It seems the Queen was true to her word. Follow me, everyone. Solution 9 awaits. And I got a meal before going in. Hey. Was that the bike mount?
Everkeep. A tower of electrope piercing a perpetual shroud of storm clouds. Occupying the 9th level of this 12-tiered structure is a residential district called Solution 9. In so naming their home, what hopes did its founders harbor for it? And did it prove the answer they sought?
I am getting very distinct Amaranth vibes. Did an Essien have a hand in its construction? Oh, I love the aesthetic of this place.
Spectacular, isn't it? There are more districts throughout the tower, including industrial ones, but Solution 9 is the largest.
Just being here makes my head spin.
Perfectly natural reaction. A city of shimmering electrope, replete with strange technologies that cater to every conceivable need. We never dreamed of the life back home in Tuliolo.
So the city could reconfigure itself.
While I go and explain the situation to those in the back room, why not take a moment to explore? I believe lived experiences are far more educational than dry explanations.
Yes. But who am I going
And
to...
you want to know more about Svenon's Zoologist Dominion, do you not?
Yeah. But who am I going to be stuck with? You had me at explore. We do need to better understand who and what we're dealing with here. You had me at explore. I want to see this place. Oh my goodness.
I had a feeling you'd be keen.
Don't stick me with Myrokos, please.
Just to confirm, while we have been allowed inside, are we also permitted to roam?
Absolutely. As Bean's registered guest, you'll find you're exempt from the sentry scrutiny. The elevator to the uppermost level. I wouldn't go near that. But other areas should be fine provided you act like you belong.
All right then, we'll show ourselves around.
But who am I going to be partnered with?
Yes. Familiarizing ourselves with the technology here will help us prepare for the battles to come.
Can I go with Gra?
Try not to enjoy yourselves too much, or you're liable to attract attention.
Can I go with Kryl, please?
Once you've explored to your satisfaction, come to the entrance to True View in the eastern sector. The way from there is a little complicated, so I'll send someone to guide you.
Understood. We'll see you later.
No, I want to go with them.
I shall speak with the residents. Perhaps one of them will recognize the earring.
Oh, they're wearing the universal gear.
What's with this place? How can this all be the inside of a tower?
So, what aren't you telling me? Where are you?
That, I can't reveal yet.
She's dead.
Precautions, you understand? Just know that I'm safe.
Precautions. She's dead.
But come, tell me about your adventurer friend. You seem to have a great deal of faith in him. You must have been through a lot together.
You might say that. For instance, we found the entrance to the Golden City.
No.
What? You did? Elnashpir, why didn't you mention this sooner?
Erenfeld, don't leave me with Myrokos, please.
You want to explore together?
I want to explore, but not with you.
It's not that I'm scared or anything. Everything is just so different from home is all.
Oh, she's scared. The false bravado is not helping. I thought you said you were done with that. Can't believe I'm stuck with Myrokos. Tower's inside a tower. I see it, but I still can't believe it. For now, I say we proceed straight ahead. If we feel like we're getting lost, we can always turn around and go back the way we came. Secure the etherite. Wow. A crossroads already. This place is so much. I have no idea where I should go. Right, I've made up my mind. Let's head to that building there. Another of the forecast terminals. Okay.
Ah! There you are! Lamati!
Sphene!
I was worried you might have had trouble at the checkpoint, but I see everything went according to plan.
Well, that's thanks to you.
Now, I know you've scarcely arrived, but I have a request to make of you.
Oh, a request, you say?
Yes, an important one.
Yeah, this place is giving me Amaranth vibes. It was giving me Amaranth vibes in the DLLs.
I'll say it plain. I want you to make peace with Zeralja.
What? I thought you said you weren't on his side.
We have come no closer to seeing eye to eye, nor do I condone his methods. Be that as it may, I don't want you to fight him. I don't want you to regret a decision made in anger and haste. Unequipped with regulators as you are, the risk is too great.
I appreciate your concern, but you ask the impossible. Zeralja murdered our father. His minions slaughtered our countrymen. He will never renounce his war. As vow of resolve, it falls to me to stop him. I know you love your people too, and so you must understand how I feel. Why I cannot, will not back down.
I do understand. All too well. Let me say only this then. Zeralja will use any means to win. If you would protect your people, return to them at once and prepare. Prepare as best you can. It may ring hollow coming from the queen of an enemy nation. But unlike me, you still have the power to determine your own fate.
Why would she
really
say
are
that?
A curious one. Look, you needn't worry for us. We have dependable comrades holding the fort in Tulihiola.
You
They'll
shouldn't.
keep everyone safe, so we can devote our attention to affairs here.
Are you sure you should have told her that?
Please.
Never fear, I'll be there along her side. I won't yield on this either. don't like either of it. I really want to be rid of her. Yeah.
So you have comrades on whom you can rely. I envy you.
You know, we'd like to learn more about you.
About me?
To be frank, we're still not sure whether or not you're trustworthy.
And yet we're willing to
So,
blab
if you
our
have a
own
moment,
secrets.
Would you show us around the district? That way, we can get to know you better.
You're asking me, the Queen, to show you around? Oh, but I jest. I'm flattered that you've taken an interest in me. Very well. I shall be your guide. You're my guests, after all, and teaching you about my realm would be a pleasure in and of itself. If you like, I can introduce you to my citizens, too. I consider them family, as you do yours.
By all means, we're in your capable hands.
That you are. This will be an enjoyable and enlightening tour, I promise.
Have you forgotten that we're leaders of enemy nations, both of you? With Sween as our guide, we needn't fear getting lost. The Queen's Tour. Sween stands ready to take you on a tour of Solution 9. Let's begin then, shall we? I must say I'm really grateful. This place is so vast and confusing, I didn't even know where to begin. You can't even keep your stomach under control on a dirigible. You can't handle alpacas. This is While the district may seem daunting in size and structure, all the key facilities are situated near Lane, what you call etherites. Remember this, and you won't lose your way. Now then, seeing as it is right here, I will show you the Nexus Arcade first. Please follow me. This complex is home to all manner of shops, from food and daily necessities to technological conveniences. You can find most everything here. Everkeep's interior is vast, and as you've observed, this arcade makes it possible for people to acquire what they need in one centralized location. Amazing. What, you haven't... She hasn't considered... I mean, like, basic Bevy does the same thing within 2 streets. All on one level. I don't see... how do you get to the upper levels? I don't see stairs. Do you see the glowing pattern over yonder? That is an automatic conveyor. So it's an elevator thing. Such contraptions are found throughout Everkeep, allowing us to swiftly move between faraway places. That will spare us some walking. Are they also made of that strange metal what's it? Electrode. Yes, the conveyors are powered by electrode. As a matter of fact, the ore is integrated into just about everything in Everkeep, even the floors and walls. By etching arcane circuits upon it, the electrode can be used to convert lightning energy to those of other elements. Huh. In so doing, we can achieve various effects. For instance, a conversion to wind produces flotation, which is required for the propulsion of our flying vehicles. A conversion to fire, meanwhile, produces light and heat. It is employed in devices such as street lamps and heaters. There are even self-heating cups that will keep your drink warm. Can you make a drink cold if you convert it to ice instead? Yes, that sounds reasonable. You certainly can. Our vending machines do just that. What's more, multiple energies can also be combined to produce some clever effects. For instance, by manipulating the air with wind while projecting light and lightning, it is possible to alter one's appearance. It's almost scary what you can do with electrope. If such a wondrous material existed in our world, I imagine everyone would be fighting over it. Ooh, why do I get the feeling that that touched us a nerve? What's up with her crown? This shop over here, what does it sell? It's like, not now, not now. Like, why is it that whenever I spot something interesting, it's like, no, we're not gonna, not now, later, later, later. I'm finding that very jarring. Yes, let's go and take a look. I dare say you will find it interesting. Why me? See, I don't think I got the Ether Nexus Arcade. Did I get this one? Nope. Welcome, sir. Care to peruse today's selection? What's all this? The shop sells food. Those are the items on the counter. That's food? I can't imagine what they taste like. I thought you might be surprised. Your countrymen were too in the beginning. Come, you must sample something. Choose one and I will purchase it. Welcome, friends. How lucky you are for Her Majesty to treat you. The 5 items on display are our most popular. I recommend one of them if this is your first time. Select an item that interests you. The synthetic fruit pellets. They're our best approximation of the taste and texture of grape. Of course, I had to put a grape one. I've never tried the real fruit, so I can't say how faithful they are, but there's no denying their popularity. Okay, so let's first take a tour of which... Ah, the reviving tonic. I take it you are thirsty. The flavor is a sublime blend of sweet and salty. It's salty. And it stays fresh over 10 years thanks to the special container. Not sure I like the idea of salt water. Long rectangular bar. Keen on the perfect meal bar, are you? It's all the nutrients your body needs packed into a single foodstuff. The flavor is formulated to never taste dull, and one bar will satisfy you for a whole day. Many folks prefer this to taking multiple meals. Ah, yes, the salad paste. Paste? I'm not sure I like the idea of a salad paste. Ooh. This is designed for those who are concerned about their figure. With its blend of 9 varieties of vegetables, it'll help your efforts to slim down. Fashion models swear by it, and youths can't get enough of the stuff either. Black and yellow 10. Here is the cultivated steak. It's not quite the same as the real thing they produce in the outskirts, but it's a sight more affordable. This particular product is known as Gold Label. And it's a delicious hybrid of beef and chicken grown at the plant on the 4th level. Cultivated meat. So we have grapes. No to the... I'm not choosing the saltwater. That is a big no. The all-in-one meal bar... Salad paste. Salads are nice, but I don't know about paste. Like, I'm surprised this paste isn't in this pouch. I guess that makes it down to 3. You have grapes, meal bar, and the cultured beef and chicken. I'm a little confused. Let me know which one you would like to pick in the comment. Well, let's go with that. Let's go with the cultured meat. Or, well... Oh, I'm not certain I like the idea of grapes that don't quite taste like grapes. I mean, I like the grape reference, but that, yeah. So, meal bar, cultured meat. Like tofurkey or something like that. Yeah, let's go with the 10. Something about bento box is better than a meal bar. Now let's pick this one for variety. While they're all very tempting, I'm going to have the steak like you, Myrokos. I'm absolutely starving. Oh boy, we picked the same thing. Thank you for your custom. This being Her Majesty's treat, it is bound to taste all the better. Would you mind sampling your selections here and now? It's been a long time since we had newcomers, and I'd love to see your reactions. As does everyone else, it seems. This is a great chance to learn about Alexandrian culture, Myrokos. Let's dig in. Alright, here I go. Following Wukelman's lead, you sample your selection. Amazing! I've never had any meat like this before. It's tender like chicken, but flavorsome like ronek. And the spices give it just the right amount of kick. I could eat this every day. Don't mind them, they're just happy to see your honest reaction. And how about you? It's fantastic, it's pretty good, it's interesting. Considering I've had a wider range of, been exposed to a wider range of foods, it's pretty good. Probably had something better in my time. Ah, it's always such a pleasure. My thanks for humoring me. This does take me back. Though it was chaotic when the people to the Ural first arrived, we endeavored to learn about one another and embraced our differences. Right. What about you, Sphene? Aren't you having something to eat too? I appreciate the thought, but I'm fine for now. Thank you. Alright, but what's your favorite food? If you don't mind me asking. My favorite food? Why do you wish to know this? Because I want to get to know you better. Why else? The more you know someone, the more you grow fond of them. That's what my old man believed, and my experiences have led me to believe the same. My favorite food. She doesn't have one. Is it such a difficult question? Well, it can be, depending on the person. I'm sorry, it's just, when I think of those who labor to bring us the food, I find I can't settle on one thing. I thought I was indecisive, but you're something else. Wuklamat, you can be decisive whenever you want to be, and usually it's in a very annoying capacity. Indecisive? Perhaps I am, but you needn't laugh about it. Is that a Mamulja? What's a Mamulja doing here? Then again, Zoologist here, but how did the Mamulja get there? My favorite food? That is the question I may never be able to answer. Because you're a robot too, or you're dead as well? The Kakiwa, probably? Welcome, friend. If aught should catch your eye, you need only ask. Okay? I don't know about you, but I'm satisfied. Let's keep moving. Very well. Next I was thinking of showing you the residential sector. But it's in part so I can tend to personal matters. It's a visitation, to be precise, and I believe it will be educational for you as well. Would the two of you mind accompanying me? Not at all. Wonderful. Let me know when you have seen enough here, and we'll make our way. I was just wondering what kind of homes they have here. So here they have the spoiler bikes. I've seen them on occasion. Air wheel dealer. Is this where you can buy the mount? 7.5 million. Worth it. Yeah. I hate it when this happens. I just want to drag this to the hotbar. Okay, let's go to favorites. Okay, there we go. I'm glad I saved up all that gil. Ready then? Ready? Then let's head to the residential sector. It lies to the southwest. As we walk, I would be glad to tell you about any places of interest that we come upon. Sven and Wuklamat are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave your quest companions behind by entering a different area, blah blah blah. So I got the bike mount. Mama Tree trusts you without question. How nice it would be to have such a friend. That meat was so good, I have to get everyone at home to try it. Can you even afford that much? You who can't even keep track of your own coin? With Pelu Pelu? This is Mosaic, a cafe. Here you can buy drinks and to enjoy while you relax. I see. In the Yolal, there's a similar establishment called Jabal FJ. Oh no! Hang on, let's get to the event. That's seashell in the local tongue. It's is there a story behind the name Mosaic? Okay, that's the flavor text. There is in our continent. The races are named for stones. There's hewn. Okay, the races are named for stones. There's hewn, who resemble some Tanawalta, the tall and graceful Eldite, and the diminutive and affable Milala. Only those three, so they have Lalas, Elizan, and Hur. Okay? Hewn, Eldite, and Milala. When they all gather here, they appear as a mosaic of colors. Thus did the founder choose to name the cafe. Huh. Yeah, that's nice. If they served tacos here, it'd be perfect. Tacos? A traditional Turali dish, and one of my favorite foods. You must try it one day. Would that I could try it. I still haven't had tacos. Oh, yes, definitely. She's not alive. She can't eat. We'll make it happen once we've restored peace to Yolal. Right, let's continue on. Have you eaten these tacos before? For Lamachi to recommend them so highly, they must be delicious indeed. No, I cannot say I've had tacos. Let's go for some tacos at Jabal FJ, the three of us. Okay. How can I possibly get everything done before the deadline? Okay, that's that. And here we are. These buildings are where our citizens live. They're massive. Each one is bigger than the palace. No! Okay, hang on. Bigger than the palace. They have to be for just about all Alexandrians and apartments. Just about all Alexandrians have apartments here. Lest you wonder, I'm here to visit some people. Their apartment is in the building on the left here at residential radius 914. 9-14. Residential radius? That's right. Come, the door opens automatically. You really get the sense Sphene loves her nation, don't you? I get the sense that she cares about it, but does she love it? I do hope you like the district. The people worked hard to build it, paying attention to every little detail. Oh, so they have water here. Yeah, that is water. Whoa. Yeah, this place is just giving me vibes of Amarat. This is the lobby, a common area for residents. I see, and what does that machine there do? Clerk? Ah, the concierge. They look after the residents. If you require assistance or have questions, they would be glad to assist. Is that so? I've no shortage of questions, but I'll direct them at you. By all means, you may consider me your personal concierge. Hey, Swing, can anyone live in this place? Naturally. In fact, many of our countrymen make their homes here. No matter your origin or race, occupation, or regulator usage, all Alexandrian citizens are eligible for an apartment. So no housing district. Dang. But that could change, I suppose. With time, all Alexandrian citizens are eligible for an apartment. This includes those you met who work in the outskirts. You've taken care of everyone for 30 years. I'm truly grateful. Current location, residential radius 9-14. Section 2, visitors must be equipped with regulator or present a valid visitor permit. You really get the sense Swing loves her nation, don't you? She certainly cares about it. Ooh. Right there on the bright bit. Okay. This is the place. A mother and son live here. Okay. Hello, Isadora. Your Majesty, you came. I have friends with me today. Is that all right? Of course. Friends of the Queen are friends of ours. Please make yourselves at home. That's generous. How is Milos today? Or is it Milos? How's Milos been? There's been no change, but the symptoms are thankfully mild today. Hello, Milos. Have you missed me? Oh, he's wearing the martialist set. As if they're pajamas. My son was born with Levin sickness. A severe etheric imbalance towards lightning. Oh dear. As a result, he suffers from paralysis. He can't walk and struggles to speak. For a blessing, he still has his hearing, and even on bad days, he can communicate with his eyes. I see. Sveen visits often, does she? She does. Milo simply adores her. He sometimes even manages to smile when she's here. What of yourself, Isadora? How are you holding up? You needn't worry about me, Your Majesty. You always make time for us, and we have everything we need. I'm glad to hear that, but you mustn't strain yourself. Understood? There's nothing you can do for him? Perhaps a treatment with souls, or... Unfortunately, no. While souls can revive those who have met with an accident, they cannot reverse the effects of old age and illness. Truth be told, many children are born like Milos. The illness has existed for generations, but we've been unable to find a cure. The cause is quite clear, though. The excess lightning in the environment. It's no coincidence the number of cases has risen dramatically these past 30 years. It's all my fault. Why? What was that? I'm sorry, Isadora, but I must be going. I promise to make it a proper visit next time with treats to share. There's no need to apologize, Your Majesty. If it weren't for you, Milos and I wouldn't still be here. Thank you, Queen Sveen. Ah. It's my pleasure, Milos. I'll be back soon, so be a good boy for your mother and for me. To think that there was such an illness. And to think... You were struggling to conceive of a dirigible, even though it was right in front of you. I'm sorry, you've lost all credibility with me, Wicklamat. Just no. My thanks for accompanying me on the visit. The illness is a part of life in Alexandria, and I thought you should know about it. We'll find a cure one day, mark my words. We'll make sure we'll make it so unfortunate children like Milos smile again. That's an interesting plot point to pick up. Her people, her family, having recomposed herself, Queen is ready to continue the tour. If there's any... I think that they had such a problem. Okay, Spring is ready to continue the tour. Well, let's continue the tour, shall we? Look, you obviously have duties to attend to, citizens to look after. We can stop here if you like. No, I do this because I want to, so please do not worry. Next, I'll show you one of the district's most vital facilities, a place we call Resolution. To reach it, we need to go by way of Lane 9. where the etherite is situated. I've walled off doors. Don't tell. Don't. Oh, here we go again. Don't tell me we need to use that now. Honestly, get over it. The conveyor ahead will transport you to the government sector where resolution is located. The markings on a conveyor indicate its direction, and there is a pair just like it on the other side. Is it safe? Extremely, so there's no need to be afraid. Who said I was afraid? Come on, Myrokos. Why am I the one being told to come along? You're the scaredy cat. See? Nothing to fear. I see text here. Elevators, employment, soul supply. Praxis Park. Okay. Nothing to it, eh? A child's amusement ride. Yeah, but how would you know what an amusement ride is? You don't have those. Until you're all... And here we are, Resolution. The operational heart of Solution 9. From Resolution, we oversee the running of the district and provide essential services to citizens, such as welfare support and job introduction. It's quicker to show than tell, so let's proceed inside. Soul supply over there, employment over there.
Strange contraptions everywhere you look. What's that?
An infusion station. It dispenses souls in exchange for credits. Through hard work, citizens can obtain the peace of mind provided by spare souls. It's the way of life for Alexandrians, and has been for quite some time. But I imagine it must be difficult for outsiders to comprehend.
That's putting it lightly. To be honest, it sounds disturbing. Still, I won't dismiss it out of hand. Practices like these don't arise from nothing. There's a reason why your culture is the way it is, and I'd like to understand. Won't you tell us some of your realm's history?
I'm keen to learn too. With the knowledge comes appreciation. I like this one because it's a little more nuanced.
Very well. Be warned, though, that it may take a while. In the distant past, over 1,000 years ago, it's said, lightning energy began to swell in our world. According to ancient records that date back around 8 centuries, the rainy season spanned a quarter of the year, during which time severe thunderstorms ravaged the land. 4 centuries later, this season had lengthened to nearly half the year. The trend continued, with our ancestors spending longer and longer languishing beneath storm clouds. Crops failed, and livestock starved. But amidst this growing desperation, a miraculous material was discovered that promised salvation: electrope.
The stuff that's used everywhere here.
Indeed. One day, when out inspecting a forest after lightning had caused a fire, a villager came upon a curious black ore none had seen before. Testing revealed that the ore possessed a singular property. It could store lightning and convert it to other energies. In that instant, the scourge of endless storms became a blessing. Dubbed Electrope, the ore found use in myriad inventions and dramatically improved people's lives. So much so, in fact, that all nations soon became dependent upon it, despite the difficulty of obtaining it in quantity. Supply was chronically scarce, and when nations couldn't meet their needs with their own deposits, some resorted to taking Electrope from others. Fighting was isolated and sporadic until Electrope came to be used in warfare. First in the weaponry of invaders, then in the countermeasures of defenders, and then in every aspect of combat where an advantage might be had. This served only to exacerbate the ore shortage, leading to further escalation. Before long, the entire world was engulfed in a terrible war known as the Storm Surge. As the war came to a head, Alexandria's neighbor Lindblum committed its stores of Electrope to the production of a weapon of mass destruction. They deployed it on the front lines and triggered a calamity of frightful magnitude. Not even their own scientists had anticipated the force of the lightning that was unleashed. The energy inundated the entire continent, laying it to waste.
So that's how your world came to be this way.
I'm put to mind of the flood of light, just like the flood of darkness. Sounds an awful lot like an umbral calamity. Yeah, this is clearly hinting at the calamity of lightning, but the calamity of lightning was on the 12th shard. But that's long since been rejoined, and these people seem to come over relatively recently. So if they were from the 12th, they could have somehow developed dimension fusion and somehow hopped into the rift, maybe in this bubble, and just drifted along until they reached the source. Kind of a la the Crystal Tower I did to get to the first. Or because the arrival of the bubble, the dome, etc., or whatever, here in the source was highly evocative of the arrival of the Crystal Tower in the first. But the way the storm surge is described, this sounds like it's the calamity of lightning. Yeah, just like the Flood of Darkness consuming the 13th. But that was a complete consumption. There was no tipping it to the brink, which seems to have taken place here, and the 12th was fully rejoined. So,
You truly know a great many things that I don't. I should like to learn about you too sometime. But to continue the tale, the people of Alexandria had already lost much to the war. They lost almost everything else to the Levin. Those who survived bore deep scars, tormented by the memory of loved ones taken too soon. Though they yet lived, the cruel spectre of death was with them always. Seeking a solution, our scientists turned once more to Electrope, and after extensive research, they developed the means to preserve memory and soul. Physical death isn't the end. So long as our memories endure, we may live on. This belief sustained us then, and it sustains us now, granting us comfort.
That's quite a tale.
Your Majesty, help me! I beg you, help me!
What's the matter?
I've got no souls left. Not a single one! But the lot at Soul Supply refused to give me any! Please, you must do something!
My apologies, Your Majesty. This man, he does no work. Instead, he drinks his days away on Trueview. He has only himself to blame if he has no credits for souls.
That's not true! I'm a fighter at the Arcadian. Or rather, I was. I haven't been allowed to fight because of the King's decree. It isn't my choice.
I see. You're a brave warrior of the arena. I want to help you, I sincerely do. But I cannot give you preferential treatment.
Then open up the Arcadian again, so I can fight!
I'm sorry, but that's not my decision to make. The king requires feral souls for war. He doesn't wish for them to be expended on amusements.
You're useless! A queen in naught but name!
He's not wrong.
Insolent wretch! How dare you take that tone with Her Majesty?
It may have been...
It's quite all right. Such things don't bother me, nor do I think ill of this man. Hear me. Though I cannot grant you a soul, I mean it when I say I want you to live. I love all of you equally, dearly. You are as family to me, and it pains me to see you deny yourself hope. I want you to find a happiness all your own, even if you must grow it from the smallest seed of joy. Out there, somewhere, is a reason for you to smile again. We all need to vent our frustrations from time to time. I will always be willing to lend an ear.
Yes, Mum. Of course. Even without a spare soul, I suppose I'm fine as long as I stay in Solution 9. I apologize for my rudeness. Good day to you.
Keep your chin up, my friend. And when you feel better, I'm sure you'll find another way to apply your talents. I'm sorry you had to see that. Let's keep moving, shall we? Right, I believe we've visited all the main facilities. With that, I declare our tour concluded.
That man from before, does that sort of thing happen often?
Somewhat. It's unavoidable. Hardships are a fact of life. Our soul management system has sustained our realm for generations, but it isn't without flaws. For one, people have become accustomed to having spare souls. Without them, they feel vulnerable and anxious. Some claim it may also have contributed to a decline in births.
Not an unreasonable claim.
Just thinking out loud, but would it be possible to do away with the system?
No.
I know it isn't easy to change one's beliefs and way of life. The Mamolja had their reasons for their reliance on blessed siblings, much as you have yours for souls. But if we defeated Zorolja, you'd be able to make all the decisions, right? Then we could work together to fix things, restore your realm to where it belongs, and see where we can go from there.
Listen to me. There's something that I need to tell you.
Okay, what is it?
What is it?
Actually, never mind. It's nothing of import. Well, it was lovely showing you around.
Of course. Of course. Thanks so much for the tour. We've learned not only about your realm, but you as well. For now, our priority is Zorolja. But once we've dealt with him, perhaps I can return the favor and show you to Lihiolal.
I'd like that very much.
It was the last word on the bottom of her dress eternal?
It seems I've no choice but to continue down this path. Forgive me, Vau Wuklamat, but I must disappoint you.
What was Sveen wanting to tell us, I wonder? Well, it can wait for another time. We've been exploring for a while now and probably should go to Kakiwa's meeting. That'll be back the way we came, I think. Okay, I'm feeling a little confused by, like, because on some of it can't be the 12th because it was fully rejoined, so where did so these people could have somehow hopped over, but how then? Maybe using some similar mechanism as the Tycoon with the Crystal Tower. But nothing remains of the 12. So put a pin in that. We'll have to get back to that later. Being genuinely cares for her people, I can respect her for that. And thanks to her tour, I've come to better understand the lives of Alexandrians. They don't feel so strange and distant anymore. Scales of blue. Having seen the district to her satisfaction, Wuklamat is ready to head to the meeting. So we're supposed to go to a place called Trueview in the eastern sector. This conveyor ought to take us there. You know, once you get used to it, they're actually kind of fun. Come on, Myrokos. Well, someone's adapting. And yet, not a few moments ago, she was being all scaredy cat. This is the right place, you think? I don't see the others, though. Well, rather than sitting and waiting, we might as well explore a bit more. Huh? Myrokos, over there. Yep. The baby Mamulja, but can Mamulja lay eggs all on their own? Or are there other Mamulja here? Because we know Zoralja's here. A Mamulja child. What are they doing here? Now I've got questions about how Mamulja have kids. Questions that I have a feeling will never be answered. You noticed it too, right? The resemblance to Zeralja? Yeah, kinda hard not to. The blue scales of a Buniwa and the features of a Hubigo? This can't be a coincidence. Thank you, Captain Obvious, for pointing out. I mean, like, you didn't need to describe his appearance to know that. It's like, we know that there's only one Mamulja in Solution 9, and that's Zeralja. We're not seeing Mamulja in Jactaral, so... yeah, with only... it has to be his kid. At any rate, it wouldn't do to leave such a small child on their own. Come on, let's go after them. I think they ran this way. I guess that's the Arcadion. It certainly looks like it. Big GPU tower. Solution 9. I guess Lambda in whichever shard they're from is the numeral for 10. So this is True View. I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but it does seem lively. That building's just about the only one that isn't lit up. Not open for business at the moment, I guess. Hello. Wah! Oh my goodness. I didn't see you there. Listen, we don't mean you any harm. We just want to talk. It's a bit odd, don't you think? They run off when we approach, only to suddenly reappear. Could it be that they want to take us somewhere? Is that the way of it? You want us to follow you? So it is. Alright then, lead the way. Before I do that, I want to get user current locations. Sorry, the Ethernet point. This is an interesting sort of neon glow aesthetic for the city. I for one hope we get to see more of this place. He's always so punctual, that one person mentioned. If that is the Arcadian, turn to all Ethernet shards and solutionized. Scanning port 9, heritage found, is now accessible as an Ethernet destination. Okay then. Why don't I just hop back? Let's see where they take us. Once you choose to depart, Wuklamot will accompany you. The Blue Skull Hubigo channel will then begin moving towards the destination. Make your way to the destination without falling behind. Blah blah blah. Alright, let's go. And of course I went faster than the kid. Hey, I was running faster than you. Oop. Is this where you wanted to bring us? What is this place? If you're meant to relax here, it isn't working for me. Hey, what's your name? So you're still not inclined to talk. He'll only talk if he's completely comfortable with you. You know him? After a fashion, but never mind that. How about something to wet your whistle? Adorable as you are, it's on the house. I can recommend our special, Her Majesty. I'll prepare one without liquor for the boy, too. Was that reference to me or the kid? Thanks, but no thanks. We're supposed to meet a friend named Kakiwa. But we ran into the child on the way and he led us here. Oh, so you're with Kakiwa. In that case, go and have a chat with the big Tassos there. He'll show you to a fun place. What about him? I don't think he's in a mood to talk, so he can tend the bar with me. This has taken a turn for the strange, but you don't think we're walking into a trap, do you? A very weird one, if that's the case. Damned if this doesn't have suspicious written all over it. If you feel like that drink after all, just let me know. What is this fun place meant to be? Is Kakiwa there? I suppose there's only one way to find out. Come on, let's talk with this Tassos fellow. Gives you tea. Tassos stands stoically before the door. This area is normally off limits, but Kakiwa's told us about you. Just follow the corridor and head into the room at the end. Let's go, Myrokos. Whatever happens, you won't catch me being surprised. I wouldn't put money on that, Wukalot. You tend to be surprised by every little thing.
Wonderful! They're here!
We've only just arrived ourselves.
When?
Amazing.
I bid you welcome to the back room. Oblivion's humble headquarters.
Yep, she's
A
dead.
hideout tucked behind a drinking hole. Brings back memories, doesn't it?
Our members here are mainly creators and adapters. That is, scientists and engineers who specialize in electro. They use their skills to provide support to our field operatives. Geralt, Shale, be so kind as to give our friends an overview of your duties.
Wait, what? Oh no. Oh no, not
All
no.
this provisioning. Gotta have supplies to fight a good fight, ain't ya? Luckily, we got the tools to craft most of what we need.
Gathering intelligence is another vital aspect of our work. Everkeep's core system is a veritable treasure trove of information. You just need to know how to get in and find it. We also handle surveillance and communications, watching the enemy's movements and coordinating our own. That sort of thing.
And among all our activities, we spend a fair bit of effort investigating preservation. The organization credited with laying the foundations of electrope technology. From the soul management system to Everkeep's design, they're behind just about everything you see here. It'd be no exaggeration to say they made this realm what it is. But their magnum opus was without a doubt the power which was used to join Alexandria to Tural. Interdimensional fusion.
Said power isn't unlike my summoning technique and the magic within Azam's crystal. Yet, though the effect is localized, to be able to fuse realities. Even with my knowledge, I struggle to conceive how it could be possible.
Incidentally, the founders of our group, a husband and wife, were members of preservation at one point. That they opposed the fusing of worlds, and so defected in order to prevent it.
While not entirely unexpected, given what we have seen, this is still quite the revelation.
By the by, that's an interesting earring you have there. A novel way of carrying a data storage device. Oh, you didn't know? Well, as a precautionary measure against machine infiltration, we scan everyone as they enter. And when we scanned you, we detected a small quantity of electrope. Though it's been dressed up, that earring is a storage device and no mistake. Bought it from a shop here, did you?
No, it isn't bought, but inherited.
So these people sent you through the portal along with the earring?
Do you know aught of them?
Listen, Cryo. The husband and wife who founded our order. It's believed that they were Malala.
They're her parents.
Though we have no evidence at present, we can't rule out the possibility that they were your parents, or perhaps close relations. This I posit because they were the very individuals who spearheaded the research into interdimensional fusion. As traitors to preservation, they were relentlessly pursued. If they had a child they feared they couldn't keep safe, entrusting her to the people of another world might have been their best option.
My parents. The founders of Oblivion. Tell me everything you know about them, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. Anything and everything.
We don't even know their names, I'm afraid. In a bid to elude preservation's agents, we suspect they erased all trace of themselves. I'm sorry we couldn't be of more help. If you're interested, though, you're welcome to review our accumulated data.
Yes, please. As an individual and member of my order both, I wish to learn as much as possible.
I should also like to peruse the data. Where the joining of realities is concerned, I may well be of service.
Of course. Feel free to peruse to your heart's content.
I'm curious about that.
If you like, I can examine your earring. I have to say, the prospect that it belonged to our founders has me itching to take a look.
I dare say we have enough eyes to pore over your records. Is there any other way we might be productive?
Not right now. We're still waiting for Zoralja to make the next move.
In that case, Alice, would you mind accompanying me?
Gladly.
Oh, I've buggered it up again!
Never a moment's peace. Pay him no mind. I don't.
Oi! You two there! One of you give me a hand, would you? Don't matter who.
I just remembered I have matters to discuss with Shale.
Well, I guess that settles who's helping him. Huh. Better you than me. Seldom doth one see Kryl so openly impassioned. As her comrade, I will do my best to support her. Shale has already extracted the data on the earring. At long last, a clue. My apologies, but I remain here to review the information. I feel for you. While Genold is a brilliant adapter, It's as if he's stuck on full volume. It's all I can do to put up with the clamor. By the way, you didn't know him before, did you? Don't see how you could, but for a moment there you were looking at him like you'd seen a ghost. Oh, Geralt and Grenalt, and now Genalt. How many more alts do you think that there are? A little. Try to keep closer to the rest of us so you don't get surrounded. Okay. And when I go in the attack, do you think I'm pushing forward too quickly? Although I'll try to keep closer, blah blah blah. Okay. This place was originally designed by a preservation engineer, that's why it's wall-to-wall with contraptions. Okay. Sorry you had to see me passion spilling over. Happens when you put your heart and soul into your craft, you know? And not to be weird or nothing, but I felt a sense of kinship when I saw you, as if we've met in another life. Or twice, maybe. Yeah, twice. I think. Any word? As I was saying, I need someone to lend me a hand. I haven't slept for 2 nights and not a single wink, and I'm ripe to collapse. Can't afford to though, got folks relying on me, see? But when to keep at it, I need you to fetch me my favorite energy tonic. That voucher's good for 2 cans, one for yourself, by way of welcome. I can't get the stuff at any old vending machine though. You need to talk to a bloke named Philemon. You'll find him tending a bar out on the main strip. Off you go now. God damn it all, it's such a fine looking beauty in the blueprint. Why doesn't mine look like that? Huh. Okay. Welcome, what are you having? Energy tonics you can't get from vending machines. How dare you suggest I sell such dangerous stuff? Away with you, and don't come back. Ahem, got a voucher? Slip it to me then? Nice and subtle. Supplied by Oblivion member Grenald, this voucher can be redeemed for 2 cans of energy tonic from Philip. So you're collecting for Grenald. A can for him and a can for you, eh? Here you go, yours is formulated for beginners, gentler than the full strength stuff. It's not contraband or anything, so you won't run afoul of the authorities, but if the Redina Consortium was made aware of special selection, it'd be bad for business. Now, seeing as it's your first time, I want you to drink your tonic here, just in case there's any side effects. Bearing a curious design upon its can, this energy tonic appears formulated for beginners. Okay. You drain the tonic in a single pull. Okay, now that's how you do it. Your pulse ought to quicken soon, after which you'll start to see everything more clearly, and then finally you'll feel a roaring surge of energy. People say it's like growing a pair of rainbow wings. Well, you haven't upped and carked it, so hurry along and give Geralt his tonic. He tends to leave it to the last moment, and I expect I expect he's about to keel over. Whoa! Well, that's interesting. Oh, I wanted to glow all the way back. Just high on him. Just hello. Heading to the back room? Yep. Okay. So, but they weren't standing here. Nearly a moment goes by without Geralt moaning and grunting. I presume it's how he expresses his passion for his work. Is it just me, or are there rainbows in your eyes? There are? I don't see rainbows. We're learning about regulators at the moment. How's your errand coming along? Nearly finished. What do you think of the crew here? An interesting bunch, right? I personally recruited Geralt and Shale, by the way. You've got the tonic? Give it here, quick. That's the stuff. Ain't nothing like it to blow the cobwebs right out with a great big kaboom. Awakens something feral in me, it does. Transforms me into a remorseless beast. What won't stop till it's done what it was born to do. Anyway, sorry for sending you off on an errand like that. I just can't concentrate without me tonic, you know? And the pile of work only ever gets bigger. Speaking of which, I better get back to it. Those weapons and tools ain't going to enhance themselves. Jill has already extracted the data on the earring at long last clue, blah blah blah. Okay. Already spoke with them.
I've been meaning to ask about that Mamulja child. Could he be...
Yes. In all likelihood, he's Zoralja's son.
So you think so too? But what is he doing here?
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
To think he'd cast aside his child.
We can't say for certain who he was born to, or why he was on his own. But he's a blue-scaled Hubigo, and Zoralja is the only other one around. That being the case, everyone assumes they're father and son. Even the boy has put two and two together. This all happened when he was very little, so he has no recollection of his parents. It breaks my heart to think of it.
What's his name?
Gulja. It was my hope that he'd grow up to be a man of principle, like his grandfather.
It's a fine name.
I should mention that the boy is a little unusual. At first, I intended to raise him as my own. But just when I thought he was warming to me, he suddenly disappeared. We searched high and low for several days. And where should he turn up? But in the wilds near Everkeep.
What? It's a miracle he didn't fall prey to fiends.
See? That's another unusual thing. Creatures don't seem to attack him. He could pick his way through the Thunder Yards as if he were on a stroll. On making inquiries, we learned that he had been living alone and receiving food from the people of the outskirts. This became something of a pattern. We track him down and bring him back, only for him to disappear again within a matter of days. He would return to the wilds without fail, and once again rely on the kindness of strangers to survive. Finally, I took the hint and left him be, giving him the solitude he prefers, and lending a hand only when he explicitly asks.
If Gululja is Zorolja's child, that makes him my nephew. Assuming he's willing, I'd be glad to take him in like Papa did for me. But seeing as I'm here to kill his father, I don't know if it would be right.
You heard.
Who was that?
Oh dear. It's Gululja.
Don't tell me he heard everything.
He heard.
This is my fault. I asked that he be kept away, but I should have taken more precautions.
I'm going after him. I need to explain.
Wait, Lamachi. I understand your haste, but it'd be best to coordinate a search. Kavkiwa, do you have any idea where he might go?
There's no telling, I'm afraid. He could as easily be outside the tower as here in Solution 9.
If those who can fight would search below, my mother and I will scour the district.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get to it.
Okay, with that, it is coming up on 5 o'clock local time. I think I'll call it a quits here for this part of the Let's Play. If you liked what you saw at any point, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Give me a follow on Twitch. Hit the notification bells and let me know which shard you think of the remaining shards, because it can't be the 12th, even though that's the only one we know, except for the Calamity of Lightning. Alexandria could have been from. With that, I shall see you anon, friends.